Hey guys, so it's been a while since I did a 5 first impressions video, so I thought that I would sit down and play with some makeup that's new to me today. Today we're going to be trying a product from Yes to Juvia's Place, Nars, I Do Care, and Dominique Cosmetics. If you guys are curious to see what I think of these products, then just keep watching. First up is this Yes to mask that I picked up at Dollar Tree. So you may want to check your local Dollar Tree to see if they have these for $1. I think they're normally like $4 or $5, so I think that's a good savings. This is the Yes to Super Blueberries Skin Recharging for Stressed Skin. I'm filming this after a week of holiday celebrating, preparing for my youngest son's 4th birthday party. Just a lot has been going on, so I could use some recharging. And it looks like a superhero mask, so I'm really excited to put this one on. Very cool. Then it says sit back and relax for 10 minutes, so see ya in a little bit. While this mask is doing its skin superhero job, let's move on to product number 2. It is the I Do Care Straight Radiate Radiance Moisturizing Gold Gel Cream. I picked this up at TJ Maxx a while ago for $5.99. And it looked intriguing. It says it's a radiance boosting jelly that adds a flattering warm glow for an effect that rivals golden hour. Infused with ultra-fine gold powders that deliver a soft gold tint, while hyaluronic acid and squalane help moisturize the skin. And it says smooth over a freshly cleansed face, wear alone or apply before makeup. So this isn't meant as a highlight. I thought this was more of like a highlighty product. So when you see the inside, it reminds me of like a jelly highlight. But they're saying it's more of like a primer moisturizer. So alright, this mask has done its superhero job. Time to remove it and move on to product number 2. And it gives you like this nice warm glow. So since the skin is nice and hydrated from the mask, I'm going to apply it to the forehead and the cheeks where I would normally apply moisturizer. Okay, I see the most shine on the forehead. The rest of my face just looks hydrated, not so much gold, which is good because I want the most glow on the forehead and the cheekbones. So far, so good. I mean, it's not glittery. It's not like overly shimmery. It just looks healthy and glowy. So far, so good. So the next 3 products are for the face. I have the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Setting Powder. I have the Nars Laguna Bronzer, which I've never tried, surprisingly. And we have the Celestial Thunder palette from Dominique Cosmetics. So I'm going to start with this. So let me zoom you in and we'll start with eyes. Okay, I went ahead and applied some Painterly Paint Pot from MAC just to prep the eyes. Looks like this. And there are the 5 mattes. So this first one is super, super glittery. I don't know what direction I'm going in, but I guess I'm going to start with one of the neutral crease colors and go from there. I'm going to take a little bit of Lunar Eclipse, this orange one, and kind of lighten up the outer edges here. Then with my finger, I'm going to apply this Lucid Dream pink color all over my lid. And then again with the finger, I'm going to go into Fireball, which I think Urban Decay has a shade with the same name. I think it's a similar shade. It's like a pink-red flip color. Interesting. It is a reddish orange flip color, duochrome, really fun. I'm just going to go back into Storm Dust and deepen up the outer part with a little bit more orange. That's it for the top lid. I'm going to finish up the other eye and be back to finish up the rest of the makeup in a bit. Okay, so foundation is on. I ended up applying a little bit of the Believe Beauty Skin Finish Foundation, which I really like this lately. This is in shade Soft Beige, and I do lighten it with the Body Shop Lightening Drops. These together seem to work really well. So now let's try the newer powder from Juvia's Place. It is the I Am Magic Setting Powder, and I have the shade White Sands. I've only ever tried one other thing from Juvia's Place, which was like the Magic Palette, I think, or the Magic Mini. This is what the shade looks like in the container. Looks nice and light, so I'm going to use this to set the under eyes first. I'm just going to use the brush that I normally use to set my under eyes. Nice and smooth. It doesn't look like it changed the coverage or the color of the under eyes, so I'm going to use this on the rest of my face and see what it looks like. Okay, so this side of my face is fully set with this powder, and this side I just set the under eye area. It looks nice and smooth, a little bit on the drying side. Nothing major. It could probably be fixed with a setting spray. So far, so good. Okay, so let me see if I can add a little bit of life back to the skin with a setting spray. Still a little bit on the dry side, so perhaps I need to use it with a super dewy foundation or with more of an illuminating setting spray. Just a standard setting spray. I used the Dermablend Power Setter one. Didn't really do enough to add the glow back to my skin, so perhaps I'll try like a dewy spray at the very end. Next up, let's try this Nars Laguna. I know this was a cult classic for Nars. Their Orgasm Blush and this Laguna bronzer was what everyone was talking about when I first started YouTube. That is a nice color. It's a nice light buildable bronzer. I really like the tone. It's not too cool, it's not too warm. It does look very natural for my skin tone, so I can see why this was a cult favorite. Can't believe I hadn't tried this before. This is really nice. So this is the side with bronzer and without. Okay, love this bronzer. Only thing left to do is finish up the eyes. Okay, so this is the finished makeup look. Let's do the rundown of what I thought of the products. The Yes to Blueberry Mask was nice. Do I feel like my under eyes are more hydrated than normal? They look okay, but I feel like the powder on top is kind of making them look a little drier. So, I mean, so far so good for $1. I mean, I'd say give it a try. The I Do Care Straight Radiate Cream, as it was drying, it left chunks of gold patches on my face. So like it looked nice and gold and uniform while I was spreading it out. But as it was sinking in and drying, I got like a gold patch here, a little gold patch here. So it does seem to have more concentrated areas of gold than others. I would just make sure that this is well spread out before it dries, because it does get a little bit harder to blend out the gold patches once it is dry. But I mean, I don't think it did anything to add any radiance to my foundation. So perhaps if you wear this alone, it might be good for you, but as a primer, it didn't really do much for me. The Juvia's Place powder, it's a little bit on the drying side, so perhaps I just used a little bit too much. I'm going to try to go in with a lighter hand next time and see if that makes a difference. And I wanted to add a setting spray with a little, let's try this. I'm just going to apply a little bit of the LA Girl Shimmer Spray just to see if it makes my skin look a little bit more dewy. Okay, a dewy setting spray definitely helps that powder kind of come alive. With a dewy setting spray, I do think this powder will work for me. It's a nice color, nice and smoothing, didn't enlarge pores, a little bit on the drying side. So just use it with a really well moisturized product, a really dewy foundation, or a glowy setting spray, and I think you'll be all right. The Nars Laguna bronzer, I think I'm obsessed with. This is beautiful and I wish I had tried it sooner. I can see why people were talking about it so much. It's not dirty looking. It's not too gray. It's not too warm. It's really like the perfect color for me right now. So I love this. And the Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Thunder palette. They're very pigmented. I didn't have any problems with patchiness or blending it out. And I used 4 out of the 8 shades. So I used about half of them. And I mean, I like the end result. I think it's really pretty. If you're a neutrals person, you're probably only gonna get use out of maybe 3 of these shades, maybe 4. So just keep that in mind if you're contemplating picking this up. But so far, so good. So I would say overall, this was a successful 5 first impressions video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my first impressions and a try on of these products that are new to me, not necessarily new to the market. If you did enjoy this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.